Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. We are back. Talk the Ting is back. And we are live. We are live. So tonight we have a big time person with us. Our first non-Dominican guest. Our first non-Dominican guest. And I know many of my Dominican people might not know who this person is, but some of the songs that we love and we enjoy, right? Some of the songs that we love and we enjoy, this person is responsible for it, right? He's one of the people responsible for those songs. So what we want to do right now is, before we introduce the guests, we want to just go over a couple of housekeeping items. As usual, we want to make sure that we are encouraging participation. So if you guys have any questions for the guests, do not hesitate to bring that up. All right, do not hesitate to put that in the chat, and we will put the questions to the guests. I'm not calling the guest name. I keep saying the guest, but I ain't calling the guest name yet. Right? We have Mr. Hadley. Hadley, how was your day today, man?
Well, my day was supposed to be chill, but it wasn't. Work from home today, but it was busy as if I was in the office. But we're here.
That's okay, man. That's okay. Some days, that's how it goes. Some days, you know? Yep. That's how it goes some days. So, Hadley, give us a little something then. Let's kind of see who we have on the show tonight, man.
Okay. Let's see if people know.
You guys know that's this song, man. Vibe to this.
It's just a wine. Just a little wine. Ain't no harm in that, right?
Yes.
Cause we having a good time. Everybody.
Okay, Hadley, before they flag us. before they flag us. Yes, man. Fryktion, welcome to the show, bro. Welcome to the show, man. Welcome to Talk the Ting.
Thank you for having me, man. Hadley, big up yourself, Dwayne.
What's going on, man? What's going on?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, taking things easy.
We will share some of the other tracks as we move through the episode. What's going on, man? Thanks for coming on. We appreciate you being interested in what we do in Talk the Ting, and welcome. And right now, everybody, share the live.
Share the live. We sent it out to, I'm gonna send it out to my broadcast list. No. If you guys wonder, I mean, I'm one of them people, I always wonder, when you see a bridge, or you see an airplane, or you hear music, or you see a movie, I always wonder, boy, behind the scenes, who doing all the work behind the scenes? You only hear the artist singing the music, and, and sometimes we don't really know, who put it in the hard yards, and not saying the artists that put in the hard yards, okay? I'm not saying that, okay? I'm just saying, from the creative standpoint of thinking of a rhythm and putting it together, I was thinking about that. Right. So it's very, very good that we can talk to you tonight, Fryktion. Yes. Yeah, man. So how was your day, man, today, man? It was a little chilly. I don't know what area you're in. What area are you in?
What's that? What
area are you in?
Oh, I'm in Long Island. Long
Island. Boy. Today was cold, boy.
Woo! Yeah, it was chilly today, definitely. Today is what we call hoodie season.
Hoodie, but that's brick. That's brick. Trust me. You open the door, you feel like a brick just hit you in your face. Trust me.
So yeah. we're going to let's drop one more thing. We're going to drop one more, and then we're going to get into it.
Mm-hmm.
And that one more is.
I'm gonna talk the truth. Time for me to talk the truth.
I wonder if they know that song. Of course they know that song, King Bubba.
I want to know. Put anybody. We're not calling the name of the artist, but anybody that know that song, put that in the comments. Tell us what you guys think that song is, because I go plenty fete. I listen to me another fete like but Carnival is my thing. But I go plenty thing, and I have all them track there already. So anybody who know them track there, put it in the comments. Let me know if you guys know this track there. So Fryktion.
I think they know them track there, man.
They know what you're talking about. Dominicans like the soca. So give us a little bit of a background, man. Where you from? Where you grew up. give us a little bit of a background on yourself. Who is Fryktion?
Well, yeah, Fryktion, born and raised in Symington and the Grenadines. All the neighbors. We are neighbors.
Yeah, man.
I'm saying, but I migrated to the States after high school, and more or less that's when my musical journey really started after I came out here. But I mean, I was always a fan of music. Don't get it wrong. From since I was small, music been in me. I have family, like my uncles on both sides played music, played in bands and so on. So the music and the inspiration has been there from day one. So that's basically the rough of it. Born and growing in Symington.
I don't know. Honestly, St. Vincent is my neighbors, but only if I know what St. Vincent is related to cricket, because I'm a big cricket guy, a big soccer guy, But I keep saying soccer, I live in America. I live in America long, man. I say soccer instead of football.
Yeah, soccer.
Football, right?
But what part of St. Vincent you from? North, south, east, west?
Well, the leeward side, which in a matter of fact, y'all have a town over there called Layu as well, isn't it?
Where's that?
Layu, I'll have a place.
Layu, yeah.
That's we pronounce it Layu, and that's where I'm from in Vinci.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah. So, I remember that. Yeah, well, we call it Layu, but I guess
we call it Layu, yeah. All right. Cool.
So that's where I'm from. The leeward side of the island. You've heard of Beckett, right? Beckett is from Layu as well.
Okay. Okay.
So,
yeah, man.
So who is Fryktion? I don't know if you want to share your government name or whatnot. Who is Fryktion? Why do you think that Fryktion at this point is somebody that people should know about, and why? Who is Fryktion?
Well, I mean, you say the government name, my mother and father named me Ramon McDowell. Last name McDowell. Who is Fryktion and why people should know Fryktion? Well, I mean, if people who know me know that I'm a kind of like behind the scenes person anyway. So I don't ever put myself forward or put myself front line for, you know what I'm saying? So I more enjoy creating the art and watching people react. Enjoy it. Yeah, enjoy it. There you go. That's who Fryktion is. The observer. More or less.
All right. So guys, Fryktion is one of the most prolific soca dancehall music producers in the Caribbean. This guy is behind a multitude of artists, and a lot of times we just listen to the song, boy, that song bad, boy, that song good, that song good, and we think that is Marshall Montano sitting in studio putting the project together. And because and then when it's out, we only see Marshall. But this is the face of the two songs that we just played. A Little Wine by Patrice and Falling in Sick by King Bubba. This is the guy who produced those songs, along with a multitude of songs. And we'll let him tell us a little more, and as we go through, we'll play some of those songs and whatnot. But how did you get into music?
Well, okay, so first of all, I taught myself to play the piano and everything, right? So I used to play over a lot of people's songs, and after a while I get fed up with that, and I'm like, you know what? I want to create my own music. I want to play my own music. And then at the time I would hear like a lot of these songs like coming out from Simmons and so on. And I'm like, I could probably try my hand at one of these and do this, do this myself. Right. And that's exactly how I got into it. Just saying, you know what? I can produce my own soca song. Do, you know what I'm saying? And do my own soca song. And from then, that's when it started. And, I just had the ear for it from ever since then. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really boast on it, but I know when I hear something, this is how it's supposed to sound. This is it. So it's just been like that and that was in 2007 or so. That's when I got into music. Well, started putting out music seriously.
So what was the first track I mean, that's one of the things I just to give a little prelude before I ask that question. Sometimes I've heard, songwriters or producers and stuff, and you hear them talk about the process, right, of trying to put together a song. And, one of the producers I heard speaking, he said, sometimes you can't be a perfectionist, right? If something come in your head, you almost have to just, like as a writer, you write it down, or if a producer, if you get a rhythm, you put it out there, even if it's not finalized, but, it can help you. So what was the first song you did where you really feel like, boy, I think I have a future in this, I think I have, something I can pursue.
In the same 2007, funny story. So I sampled a song from Kassav, right, called Zuklase. And I put my own little pieces to it. I sampled the guitar and everything, put my pieces to it. And I told them time Problem Child, I said, Problem Child, write a song on this for me now. And he wrote the song, and then the song that he actually know to the Party Animal, he actually wrote that for me to sing,
Oh,
and
wow.
then he was like, you know what? I'm gonna sing this song. True story. He's like, you know what? I want to sing this song. I was like, yeah, cool, because I know artists, like I said, I was just messing around.
Yeah.
And he said, you sing this, and from that, we dropped that song like what? 2 weeks before Vincy Carnival finished, or 1 week. And that song take over Vincy Carnival, like road march and everything. Down there.
And what's the name of that song?
Party Animal, Problem Child.
Problem Child. Okay.
Party Animal, Problem Child.
We're going to find it and we're going to play it.
That song. I think.
Right.
But are you saying that there?
Right.
Oh, man.
Stop sampling it.
Yes.
We just did like I said, it was just a quick thing. I just messing around. Ain't got no clearance or nothing, and we just drop it for Carnival. So
Ali, you know that song. Yeah.
Of course you know that.
Yeah,
Once
man.
you hear that startup, you're gonna know that.
Yes.
So
Take a wine.
Really,
Yes,
yeah,
man.
there you go. So that is someone
man.
really put me out there as a producer, and then it had a couple of people say, oh, well, it's just a sample carry. And then, then we come and we do other things with Vincy Mass and so on. And, because I just, that was my only sample. After that, I just started doing my own thing, after people recognize the name and so on. And from that, I just,
We're gonna drop that song there.
You want to play Peace?
A little piece.
A little Peace. There we go.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey, you see me? No more sleeping carnival done.
Yeah.
Jumping up in the burning sun.
Yeah, boy.
I don't care if the rain come down.
Yes, boy.
So it's always good to to know the people behind the scenes. And live right now before you guys is the guy who produced yet another big hit.
Boy. Boy, that's some mashup. I'm not fatty, boy.
Yeah, that song still.
So
Yeah.
you got into music. Problem Child released that thing for you. And then was that it?
No.
Like,
that wasn't it.
Did your career pick up after that, or you still had more work to do?
That was the start. So when you start, like I say, when that dropped, people was like, oh, all right, he dropped this song, but could he really do music? You know what I'm saying? It's a sample. And then we that was 2007, and then we dropped a song called Madhouse for Vincy Carnival that got road march the year after, I think. Yeah, the year after, I think. So we did we had a lot of songs that I produced in Vincy before I actually spread my wings further outside of Vincy. It was more, I was mostly concentrated on the Vincy Carnival. I had Madhouse. I had there's a song that he wrote for me too that I sang called Your Woman Button Me. That's a whole nother story.
Say that again. I do hear that.
Yeah.
Your woman button me.
What that mean?
You know what I mean?
No.
Your girlfriend is cheating on me.
What?
Yeah, that's some.
So basically, that is our girlfriend.
Right, but I'm telling you, I see she in the party with another man that is not me or you.
Oh
Yeah.
shit. Oh shit.
That one there.
Your
Boy,
woman
boy,
put
boy,
in
look-
me.
look
Yeah,
trouble.
so that was one. That's a kind of I was mimic Beckett voice, right? So usually like when I used to be in the studio at Palm Shell, I would mimic the voice and he would tell me, boy, you gotta put out a song singing like Beckett. I was like, all right. I tell him one day, write me the song. And he wrote that song. It took me a year for just release that song because I was like I said, I really don't like put myself out there.
Do like the spotlight like
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
so the year we released that and we released the same one, he got first road march and the song got third. The song that he wrote for me, the song got third for road march in Vinci. So that was the beginning of that. And I wrote in between that time now, I'm sorry. There was also Anthony Sugar Pan by James P.
Mm-hmm.
That same year, that song did well in Trinidad.
Sugar Pan.
Anthony Sugar Pan, yeah, that song. So the Party Animal was really like the breakout, more or less. Introduction, I should say. And then from then it just was like, you know, but the hardest part is maintaining that, maintaining
Yeah.
standard, you know.
Yep.
Yeah.
They say it had to get up there, but it didn't have to stay. Of course. So let me ask you. So in terms of producing a song, right? In terms of producing a song, what are the steps you would say in terms of like your creative process, right? So when you I know you release the final product, but you know, how does it start off, you know, to how you get to the end? All
right. So for me, I always picture a dance session or a carnival, and then I might either start with drums. I might start with drums depending on the vibe where I'm building. I might just start with the drums, build up the drums, and then I start hearing the music in my head. And then as I'm hearing the music in my head, I start putting it down. Might take out something, add something, start meshing it together. You know, it gotta make sense. It's like the music gotta talk. This gotta talk to that, you know, and I see how Hadley had drums behind him. It's like when you're playing drums, you can't play everything at once. You know what I'm saying? Everything gotta complement each other. So for me, like it's layers. That's how I do it in layers. Everything complements each other. Like this track I'm working on here right now, which I can't even play it for you right now, but it's the drums I start with. Let me see something. I just had the drums down right now. And as I go listen to that, and I might just be meditating on it, and I go, hey, something, I might hear the bass, I might hear chords, I might hear who knows. And then I just feel around with it now and just play around. And you know, there's no method to the madness, to be honest with you.
Yep.
There's no method to the madness, because even with that A Little Wine, if I tell you how that come about, you wouldn't believe me.
So tell me then.
that Spanish fly.
Go ahead. Right.
The inspiration for Spanish fly rhythm, you know, who is it? Neil have a song. Got everything tonight. The part when the music change and they say grab somebody, tell them hey. That's Spanish fly chords. That is the layer for Spanish fly. So I just take the chords and just build around the chords. A lot of people don't know that.
And that is the thing, like I always say, like music is already created. Music is already created. Like you have so many songs with that progression. I think is 154.
Yeah. And
like so many songs. Yeah, like so many songs that if you really pay attention, like it's already the progression has already been created. But I'm somewhat still affiliated with music back home. Still talk to a lot of musicians back home. I was a musician back home. And for me, like having you on here is kind of a little, I would say a little personal for me, like talking to a producer, because in Dominica, if somebody releases a song, an artist, whether it's a well-known artist or somebody who's coming up, one of the first questions that is being asked is, boy, who make that rhythm, boy? It's not about, boy, who write that song? Boy, that song sounding nice. It's who make that rhythm. And I'm curious as to how important is it or how important should it be for a producer to be out there as the face of the music he creates? And already you said that you are kind of a behind the scenes person.
Yeah.
But at what point do you think, or how much do you think that you, the producer, should be out there attached to the song?
Like, okay. I think like whenever, okay, for example, if they're interviewing, I do a song for Hadley tune Busway, doing the dog all over the place. Radio stations interviewing Hadley. Then I think Hadley should say, oh yeah, you know, I'm the guy who do this music is a producer from Vinci named Fryktion or whatever, bam, bam, bam. Most of the time, some artists neglect to mention like them little things, you know what I'm saying? Like to say, okay, to give credit to the producer, whoever write the tune, like, you know, like for all them tunes, Problem Cherry write all them songs, and a lot of people don't even know that too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A lot of them songs, like you say, a lot of them songs that I produce, a lot of people really don't know unless, you know, the artist post it and give credit, and then you could find my name under there and so on. So I think it's important to know, because that too, if your job is producing, it's advertising, really. So now people going to say, okay, this guy do this tune, and they're going to check you for the music. You get a job right there. So I think, yeah, it's important for people to know, you know.
So then, okay, you this big artist and big producer, and you know people hearing your music. My follow-up question is, does it matter who is part of your project, or which artists, and what is put out there on something that you sit in your studio and you produce something and you send it out there, and while you don't want to dictate what an artist sing, but does it matter what is sung to your rhythms?
Yeah, it matters.
And why
it does? Because quality control, one. And then another thing, as I say, you ain't stifling your creativity, you know. But you know, when you create a certain rhythm, you know who you could hear on it. I just know. Problem Child too. You just know who you're hearing on the rhythm. You know what I'm saying? Most of the times, me and Problem Child sit down and we sift out. We say, boy, this sound like a good vibe for XYZ. And then you go send it. Sometimes send it to the artist you think you're hearing on it, and they'll be like, nah. You know what I'm saying? They turn it down, and you get somebody else who wasn't even scheduled to be on the rhythm. Yep. They you know what I'm saying? They do their thing. I had it happen to me multiple times. Like, we hear somebody, we send it to them, and they're like, nah, and then the rhythm end up and do well, and then same artist come and say, boy, yo, can you send me that?
I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, you know, and then I say the same rhythm, we send it. Well, yeah, but it been song different then. You didn't have the vision. We were trying to,
yeah.
When we send it, obviously everything ain't on fine tune and put in. And then Problem Child will send his demo with his voice. So you might hear Problem Child singing a little falsetto, but you can't hear it, but you're trying to mimic how you know how you song.
Yep,
but you can't see the vision of that, and you say, nah, that ain't something. I mean, like, oh, that's something. I
have a question. So in terms of can I coincide into what Hadley asked? Because that's one thing that I feel. I mean, I'm not in the music space as Hadley is or was, but I feel like one of the things that we lack in Dominica is that a lot of times it's almost like the person who writes the song has to sing it, right? We don't have that that type of, to me, mentality where we say like, yo, you know, like you said, yo, I thinking of this song and I really see in, you know, Asa, or I really see in Shelly, or I really see in, you know, Carlin XP, or, you know, whoever it is singing the song and letting them bring out the best of that song. You know what I'm saying? And in terms of that, what is your opinion on that? Do you think for the most part a writer should sing what he writes, or you definitely think that some people have the gift of writing and some people maybe are just pretty much artists? What do you think about that? Why are you laughing at me?
I swear you in my brain right now asking those questions. Trust me.
All right, to answer that, right? Some people are gifted writers / artists. Some people could just write. Like, I know there's a couple guys, for sure, all they do is write. And then they had the people them who just could bring that to life.
Yeah.
So it's a balance, really. artists who want to write and sing their own tune. They will not take a song from nobody.
Right.
And then you have the artists them now who don't have time for write in soca, and they'll tell you, okay, write me a song, and they go hear it, and they know how to just bring it out. So it's a question. It's up to it's preference really. Because have artists who don't mind accepting songs, and have artists who want to sing their own song. And it's an artist who write as well and will still take a song from somebody.
Yep.
I know a couple of them right now, and I know a couple of good writers, and they will still take a song from somebody. You know?
Well,
so it's all about seeing the hit. If I come to you with a tune, as bad as a writer as you be, and you hear my tune and you be like, boy, you know what I'm saying? You might do a little couple change up of words just to add your name to the writing.
To the writing credits. Yeah.
Right. But you know a hit tune when you hear a hit tune, not a big tune, I should say.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, and like it's kind of interesting doing as that, because that's something that has always been in my mind. Like, even if you can write and you can sing the song to the artist, like, it doesn't mean that you should sing the song. I mean, there are certain people who eventually get into that space. For example, there are a lot of people who have no idea that Worthless was written by Corinne Dubois.
True. All they know is Kes.
All I know is Kes.
Yep.
You know, and some people would be like, "My Corinne playing Kes song." I was like, "No, it's actually Corinne song too." You understand? And I believe, and tell me if I'm making sense, because you're deeper in that than me. I believe it's the whole idea of knowing your strengths and in turn knowing your place.
True.
Right.
True.
And that is something that for me in our music in Dominica, I feel that I'm the singer, but I don't necessarily have to write every song.
True.
And I should be able to work with somebody else and bring something to life. And then, okay, Dwayne wrote one verse. That person wrote another verse. Okay, so we have 100%. We're splitting that, what, 30, 40, or you know? And then the product is out there. And as long as it's a good product, that one song can bring in so much money. And I feel sometimes, even, do you do that? Do you put your music out send it for somebody else to listen to before it's out there and really take their criticism? Or is it something that I don't
I do that in-house, meaning me and Problem Child will go back and forth when we do a rhythm, right? We'll go back and forth. And when we say, because he critique it hard, I critique it hard. And when we say, boy, this is it here now, that is when we put it out. We don't really, I don't send it to, you know why? Because I find like the reason why I stick with him critiquing is because there's a lot of yes people in the industry too. You don't want that. You know you might send a song to somebody and be like, yeah, boy, it's hard.
Because they don't know how to tell somebody something negative in a good way.
And a lot of musicians too, they have this thing where if they critique their work, they feel like, you know what I'm saying, you tell them something bad. And that's one thing I always been humble with my music. If you tell me you ain't like this. Because I remember when like I said before, I even like break out like that, right? I had a cousin named Omar. And I remember one time I've been doing my little thing in my bedroom and I play some for Omar. And Omar said, "What you going with that?" And that sent me back to the drawing board. I tell you, Omar, I say, "What you going with that? Them ain't playing that." Yeah. And that sent me back to the drawing board. You know, I could have just be like, you know what I'm saying, you fighting.
You don't know what you're talking about. Yep.
And you could, and a lot of people like that too. A lot of people, they have people telling them like, yo, this ain't song good, you know. And then they had another man down the road saying, boy, yeah, this is real bad. And they rather go with the person telling them, yeah, this is real bad. Put it out and then wonder why the song ain't gonna play.
So in light of that now, even after that process where you and Problem Child, or you by yourself or whatever, you decide, you know what, this is the final product, I'm gonna put it out. And has there been any rhythm that you've put out and you figure like, yo, this is going to be a banger, and it just kind of didn't pick up as much as you expected it to?
Yeah. There's one like that right now. I did put it out for. Well, I did put it out for Vince Carnival, right? And the story was that they say they couldn't mix it in with no songs because it's too slow. And to this day, it's one of my favorite rhythms that I did. It's funny that you asked that. But yeah, that's one of the rhythms that I regret. I regret I didn't put it out in another market. Let me see if I could play a little piece of it. Hopefully they don't strike me down for my own music. See this?
What?
Yeah.
What's the name of the rhythm?
This is called Love Bug Rhythm.
Love Bug Rhythm.
Yeah, we did release that for Vince Carnival and like a lot of good artists on this. There's this duo from Vince named Dimes and the Pixel. Their tune. This song is my favorite on the rhythm, to be honest with you.
All right, let me run it from over here.
All right, cool. Oh, I go in.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. You run it from your side. Love Bug Rhythm. Dimes and the Pixel. Down in it. Speaking proper, in it. Down in it.
Yo, Fryktion, I the girl them addiction in a real life situation. DXTP, whole night, a bad girl and no light. Hey, she getting on naughty in the party. She know what I like. She said the wine in it miraculous, and now she give me love right now. Give me love right now. Give me love right now.
So
before they have to cut off our life there.
so actually that rhythm there I think is a very nice rhythm. I've heard that rhythm in clubs, in
you heard this
parties.
before?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I think it could have, for me, I think it could have been bigger. I mean, it plays still here and there, but for me, I just.
But do you think the timing? I mean, you say you release it for Carnival. Carnival, maybe more for up tempo type of vibe. You think the timing had anything to do with that or no?
Different carnivals call for different type of music, I guess, because the rhythm would come the year after this. Because I say, you know what, me moving from this BPM, I have to do another rhythm
on that same,
I hit in the same BPM, and I release that rhythm for another carnival. When we get to that music, just mark this segment down. So when we get to that, whenever I play that rhythm, I'll tell you that was the rhythm that come after Love Bug. Okay. So remember that.
Yeah,
yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
So sometimes is maybe even the time during the season, because if there are some really, really big songs that tearing up the airways at the time of releasing, that might be a problem, especially when you're releasing something so groovy, you know.
That is why for Vince Carnival they released the groovy earlier, so which is why we released this real early, like after. I think you release early releases like April, because our carnival is June, July, right? So you release all up in April, so like people get in the groove of things and so on. So with groovy, you release early. Like some people even go against that and start to release power from after Easter, straight power. Yeah. Well, what we call power is the up tempo, the 150s and up there. And
156. In the year we 160 now, fellas.
160, yeah. Speed and pace.
So I have a little group of like 5 of us, RBM Productions, and we've gone through the process of putting a rhythm together. And there's a lot that you have to go through. Like, for example, So can you touch a little bit on the legal aspect? You know, everybody getting the final product. But the legal aspect of music, because a lot of people think, you know, you release a song and it's out there and you're the producer, man, give you $500 to do something and that's it.
No, well,
So let's touch on the legal aspect and the sharing of royalties and whatnot.
Well, I run mine different, right? Whereas a man can come tell me, hey, I gave you $500 to do this rhythm here for me. No, that's why I take control. Like I do the rhythm, send it to all or whatever. But okay, before we get into that, so when I do my music or whatever, right? And we have all the artists, let me say we are Harley, we are Dwayne and Dwayne on my rhythm. Bam. First thing first, you registered with anybody for your royalties and so on?
Yeah.
Right. So when I submit now the project, I submitted the project as my project to Fox Fuse. If Hadley is the writer, whoever is the writer, you know what I'm saying, we split up the percentage, the writer, the artist, and the producer. Split that up. You understand? We submitted to my distribution is Fox Fuse. So we submit the song to Fox Fuse, and how much ever they pay out, how the timing, every 3 months, they pay out. You will see your percentages, depending on how well the song play, how much the song play, etc. But you have to make sure that you hire the legal part of it. As a producer, for me, I make sure I registered and so on, everything. You as an artist, you want to make sure do the same thing. You want to protect yourself. Because there are also stories again where a man just go in a studio and say, boy, I want to sing a song for Carnival, right? Song boss way. The producer now, who know, all right, boy, this man ain't register his tune. This come like my tune. I own all the masters for this thing. He collecting everything. He ain't giving the artist none, you know. He should. Out of good faith and goodwill, he should and he could, but you don't really have to.
And you just use.
But if the artist go ahead and just record, you know, let's say like one of your reading, your instrumental in them, right? I go and I decide, yo, I'm gonna write a song to that and just
put it out,
release it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so in them kind of instance there, what would you do as a producer?
Cease and desist. I would tell you like, yo, we're getting on here with this. And that happened to me before. I can't even, you'd put out a song on my, well, here it happened. They take my rhythm, I forget what they add, something to it, and release the song. But you see, they monetize it on YouTube.
Nothing monetize, and that's it.
They monetize the song, so then I had to get Fox Fuse to go after them and, you know, tell them take it down. And the guy who was singing the song said, yo, I didn't know XYZ did this. He sent me the song as a rhythm, saying it's his rhythm. And then he asked me, yo, could I still use the song for Carnival or whatever? I said, yeah. And me, like, yeah, use the song still, you know what I'm saying? Just don't monetize, register the song, monetize the song, do none of that, you know? So, and a lot of people don't know these things, like, you know, they just, like I said, jump on a rhythm record, bam, bam, bam.
Yep.
You know?
And why?
Sorry.
And why is this important? Because for me, it's like in your musical career, yes, you could grow old doing music, but you never know what happens. True. You never know what happens. There comes a time when an artist, like for example, a couple of years ago, Destra fell through a stage in the Bahamas.
Right.
And that could have been it.
Right.
For Destra. I mean, look at COVID. Like, when was the last time we had full-blown shows going on?
True.
But we haven't heard of any artists sitting on the side of the road, broke and poor, and that is because all the legal aspect of the music business is in place. Where now we had every DJ going live on Facebook and whatnot. Every morning, every song being played is monetized, people streaming stuff. So I think that's important. That is also important for you, the producer. And back home, we have a lot of producers, guys who produce good stuff, sit down in the studio, and nothing happens. So I want you to just pretend like you're talking to people out there in the music business, and please let them know of the importance of being registered and taking proper ownership and all the legal aspects of the behind the scenes. Let them know how important that is, please.
Well, first of all, right, when you look at music as your art, it's your personal art. For me, it's my personal art, right? So you want to protect that art. You don't want to have say you're producing a rhythm and it just, okay, I produce this song, I throw it up on YouTube without registering. We're talking about like just straight without registering, right? You put it up on YouTube and man, hey, that's a weird, let me record on this, bam, bam, bam. You know, the song blow up, everybody the man who sing the song get famous off it. You ain't getting nothing. He getting shows, you understand? He could, if it ain't registered, like I said, I think he could get some royalties off of that too. Now, it's important for you to do it because now you're protected. Whereas no matter what that song do, how much ever that song won't blow up. Same like with Party Animal. I couldn't get nothing off it because it's not mine. I sampled it.
Right.
Understand?
Right.
So I have no ties to that. You know what I'm saying? Problem try to write the song, but the benefit for Problem is now, because he blow up off the song, he gets shows as the artist.
As the
producer now, you can't just keep doing that in terms of like, say you want to just sample. That's why now you have to get creative and start creating your own pieces of work. Register it so that when the song stream and so on, streaming, iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, whatever, wherever the song play, radio stations, you get your royalties come back to you every how much ever month. So now you could see now like, okay, this is the benefit of this, and the more you put out music and the more the quality music you put out, and if the music you play more, there's more royalties coming back to you because they're gonna add up. When I just started and started getting back my royalties, it was just like, you know, a little piece of change, and I'm like, okay. And then the more music you pour out and the song, then, you know, start building up.
Start bigging up, yeah.
Yeah, so it 100% important to register. It's protection, protecting yourself really, and your work.
I know you have. There was a rhythm that I heard on, I think 2018. 2018, that rhythm came out. And when I heard that rhythm, boy, I was playing that thing in my car over and over and over. I drive from Jersey to Brooklyn every day. And I think I was just playing that rhythm. I was so mad there was not more songs in that rhythm. And they play a little bit of that rhythm for me.
Which one is that?
You know exactly which one I'm talking about, my brother.
So which one?
Don't let me down.
Boy, the man has so much work, boy.
Boy, Splinters, my brother.
Okay.
And I like it like this.
Before you play Splinters, that's the rhythm that came after Love Bug.
After Love Bug.
That came the year after Love Bug. So Love Bug, I released Love Bug for Vinci. And they was telling me it's too slow. And I said, me moving out to this BPM. And then I went and we created 2 a.m. project. It's called 2 a.m. because I was actually up at 2 in the morning doing the track. And when I sent it to Problem Child, I didn't have a name for it, so I just put 2 a.m. because I was up at the time. And yeah.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Hey, yeah. Party mash up again. Hey, girl them bubbling. Hey, bring all your friend them. Hey, everybody drinking. Hey, who cares what they thinking? Hey, beer vibes. Everybody singing. Oh, we don't have no behavior.
Okay,
boy, that rhythm there, boy. That rhythm, boy. Jesus Christ.
No, he was asking me how I build vibes, right? With that now, that rhythm started with the bass. I was just the bass the first thing. As soon as I just pull up songs and I just start playing with them, and the bass I started dum 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 dum, and then I start build around the bass now, putting the chords, the drums, and so on. And yeah, and then I sent it to Problem, and he was like, boy, yeah, and from there Problem write all them songs, I think, over the next day or two.
Wow.
Yeah,
so now let me ask you a question now. Before we go, when you go to a show, because that's one. I mean, listen, I'll tell you, I used to do a little singing and thing, but I was scared of myself. But anyway, that's another topic for another day.
Okay.
But when you go to a show and your song come on and you see a song that you was up at 2 a.m. working on, and you see people going crazy, how does that make you feel, man? How does that make you feel?
Like, it's hard to explain the feeling, to be honest with you. Like, accomplished is one of the feelings. Proud and motivated for now. Go back and say, boy, I need to get another.
Do something.
It's like
do something else, do
You
more.
go back and you are another one like this. You know what I'm saying? So that's exactly the feeling I get. A proud moment and accomplished feeling like damn, and watch people react to it. Sometimes I in a party, all right, and music playing, and a lot of people don't even know I did this song, and just to watch them react, like, you know, being there and thing is like proud moment. Hard to explain it, but yeah, feels good.
I don't always say, but I wonder, because people, all the hip hop producers that are well revered, and Timbaland and all them guys who've made all these big songs. People like Kanye, who everybody say Kanye crazy, but I always say to these kind of people, the creative people are geniuses, man. Sometimes people can't really understand. Yeah, man. And so I was thinking the other day, I said, when we putting out things out in the world, you're putting out things out in the world as a producer, that's your job. I don't know if you have any other thing that you do on the side, or that's your main gig. But in terms of the money aspect of it, right? We were talking about the legal aspect and the money. In the Caribbean, I know you live in New York, but what do you think is one of the things that we could improve on overall, right, as artists, producers, just creative people in the Caribbean to try to build careers off of this thing?
Supporting each other. Number one, supporting each other. You know what I'm saying? You go have radio stations that would be pushed. They rather play everything outside. Like they play all the dance, all everything, but they had artists based right in the island, and they rather play everything but that. So that kind of stifles the youth, because as a young producer / artist, whatever it be, and you working so hard on your piece and you send it to a radio, and then they rather play XYZ artists from elsewhere instead of play you. That kind of like kill his vibes, kill his spirit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so it's like that's what it is. I think support. That's the main thing. Like support from within.
So
and be that.
So I'm gonna play bad cop for a second. I always do that almost every episode. So you talk about support, and you bring up the whole idea of playing the music on the radio. But it's a complaint that I have made, and it's a complaint that a lot of other artists have made in Dominica. But the funny thing is, Trinidad and Dominica has Carnival the same exact time.
Yeah?
Right. Same time. And so you find, obviously, the soca music is out earlier, and you find more of the soca music being played during Dominica Carnival than the bouillon songs.
Really?
Yeah. And then the complaint come up like, they don't play the music, and I will say sometimes the artists put the music out there late. But what is your take on bouillon music? And I'm not sure if you've ever dabbled in it.
I love bouillon.
What is your take on bouillon music?
I love it. WCK.
See? You see? What you say there?
Hold on. Let me hear if you
Go ahead. Continue.
There's another. I don't know the name, but there's this guy who saying "Gally looking good, like a plate of food."
That's Triple K.
That's Triple K.
That's where you from?
That you see?
That's a band.
Dominica, right?
Yes.
But
you see what happened in there? And I cannot blame you for that, because what you just do is the reaction that we always get from people outside of Dominica when you ask them about bouillon music. They go way back, and in my opinion, I think way back is when maybe I would say that the bouillon music was maybe influencing people outside of Dominica.
Okay.
Because the first thing you said was WCK, but WCK in a lot of us opinion is no more.
Okay.
Right?
So this is what you think now. So the new bouillon all right, the new people doing bouillon, right?
Mm-hmm.
How come we don't hear? We don't hear more of them?
That's a good question. We're still trying to figure
Why
it out.
you? Okay.
I can tell you one thing.
Mm.
I went to Dominic. I've been Dominica Carnival maybe the last 3, 4, 5 carnivals, whatever it is.
Mm.
And I can tell you, I am very convinced that the biggest artists in the world will come to Dominica Carnival, and Dominicans will not follow the artist, instead of Triple K. I am 100% convinced.
True. Carnival
No,
time.
let me tell you something.
Nobody else.
Carnival time,
Yeah.
Bouillon run Dominica. Nothing else.
As it should though.
Right?
As it
So-
should.
So now, that question you asked about why we don't hear more, right?
Mhm.
I think, from somebody that's not involved in the music, this is my opinion.
Mhm.
We in Dominica, what you just said a while ago, we do not help each other enough. And that is why I asked that question earlier about people writing, people producing, people doing all those type of things, because I think the problem we have in Dominica is that everybody think that they're an artist. Everybody
want to do it for themselves.
Everybody want to be the person in the limelight. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
And that might not be the person that's singing, talent. That person's
Right.
talent might be to write, or the person talent might be to put together the rhythm. Because there's a lot of young guys in Dominica making rhythms, and when you hear them rhythms, boss, them rhythm bad.
Yeah.
Them thing bad. But
I like
guess what?
to hear a couple of them too.
You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah.
You can imagine when we go to an event. We went to I think it was 2017. We went to Miami Carnival,
Mhm.
and we there in Viva la Carnival, man, cool fete. And but we longing for some Dominican music. And the only DJ who play Dominican music is International Steven. Anywhere that man go, that man play Dominican music,
Yeah.
right? And he played Dominican. And I'm not just talking about like WCK. I'm talking about recent Bouillon. He played. You know what I'm saying? And I always say, why don't we push it more?
Right.
But we need to collab more in Dominica. It's too
There
much.
you go.
And then if we collab more, maybe we could put out better, products.
That's
where
the thing. I was
now
gonna
can
get
hear
to
it.
that now. Because
Yeah.
now when you bounce ideas off of each other, right? You sit down in the studio, as I say, let me say I'm a Dominican producer. I sit down in my studio and I'm like, yeah, boy, this bouillon track is the hardest thing. Now you don't want to take like advice from nobody, criticism from nobody, and then you might send it now. You say, you know what? Let me just throw a name out. Let me send this to Bungie. You know what I'm saying? Where you hearing and then where Bungie here now? It'd be like, all right, yeah. And then you might think, it's the hardest thing ever.
Yeah.
Whereas, like I said, you could have bounced the idea off of somebody else. Get somebody in your corner who gonna give you raw input.
Constructive criticism.
Constructive and raw.
Yep.
So they needed raw. You needed raw too. And before you send it out, because I just critique myself so hard before I send out a rhythm to somebody. Like the same calling in sick for Bubba. I did it and I did, boy. I said, boy, I think Bubba go like this, And I send this song to Bubba and the man hit me back going crazy, like, yo, me Bajan accent, I can't make him, but the man sent me back a song within, like I said, another 2 days again. I'm like, okay, all right. And then as I hear his song now and the rhythm, I'm like, okay, all right, okay. Now I'm hearing this, we could do Khan and second song. But yeah, so like I said, come down to like, we need to bounce ideas off of each other. Like I said, with the bouillon, like what I asked, how come I hear no, like up to date? That's it. I shouldn't say up to date, but new artists in bouillon.
No,
That's another thing too,
you're right. Like,
Yeah.
I mean,
I think you hear some of them, you just don't know.
you're right. Like,
I think you might have some of them you just don't know.
there's this big bouillon rhythm out. It's more or less an instrumental, and all the soca, the Trini DJs playing it. And I personally cannot tell you.
Play a piece of it, let me hear.
I don't know what it is.
Oh,
I literally cannot tell you
that.
something like, I think, yeah. And I cannot tell you. I know his bouillon music that there. I know his bouillon. I know it was produced in Dominica.
Even that song there, Adley, and Fryktion. You guys see the crazy thing that going on TikTok, the Santorini challenge.
The Tutuni thing.
That's a bouillon song.
Oh,
Yeah.
Of course. That's a booyah song. Sing by some French artist, maybe somebody from Guadeloupe or something. But that's a booyah song.
I didn't know
Right.
that.
But honestly, that rhythm playing in every fete. You go, I saw videos of that being played in what's the
Tell me if
event
it's
of
this. Let me turn on my volume. Tell me if it's this.
Freestyle, whining freestyle. All my ladies, time to get.
Don't worry, I'm gonna go past.
no.
Not that. Okay, all right. Cool.
Mm-mm. It's literally a booyah thing. It have conch shell and whatnot. Right.
Yo,
And
trust
that
me,
thing-
booyah rhythm is
That
sweet,
thing from DA,
Yeah,
and
man.
listen to me, that thing all over the place, and I am 100% sure that whoever produced that is not collecting a dime.
That's the
Yep.
see and that the thing now. They probably just do it, push it out there on YouTube, and somebody hear that and say, hear the potential in that.
Right.
Like I said, they register that. And
Yo.
that song probably playing all over and then collecting a cent.
That
out.
thing
Look,
playing.
hold
Listen
on,
to
hold
me.
on, hold on. Shelly put it in the chat there for us, Hadley.
Shall we put it in the chat?
Yeah.
How come I can't
Check it
see the
out.
chat?
It on
The chat
Facebook.
on YouTube,
Facebook.
on YouTube,
Oh,
Facebook.
YouTube.
Yeah.
Hold on.
We're live on YouTube and Facebook now, you know. I know you know that.
Oh,
But yo,
hold on.
so now,
Let me get
yeah,
it.
but listen, we want Jay, 9 o'clock already, but we just start to talk. What is that?
Yeah, we just started. We might have to do a part 2, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, if all you want to keep going, if you want to keep going for
tomorrow
like
is Thanksgiving, you know. I know most people might be off and thing, you know. But remember,
Hold on, I
it's
gotta
9
pull it
o'clock
up,
now, it's
but-
10 o'clock in Dominica.
Okay, there we go. Okay, I see in the chat now. I see in the chat.
I going to get that and I'm going to play that thing.
Bottom.
Yo.
Yeah, bottom rhythm.
But
Yeah. I forget what I heard too.
while you're looking for that Fryktion, I was checking your Instagram page out and I see you're a United fan like me, boy. The days are dark for us, boy. What's going on, boy?
United. Well, boy, I didn't want to talk about them. They're depressing me right now, you know?
Well, it's
I don't
all right,
want to
man.
talk
It's
about
all right.
Manchester United, but
It's all right, it's
we're
all
going
right.
through that days. Yeah.
We'll be back, man. We'll be back. The real fans have
Yeah,
to stick by the team, you know?
Yeah, but
We'll be
I
back.
need to I would like to collab with a bouillon producer. Though. I ain't gonna lie, I love that genre of music so bad.
So I gotta drop a name there right now. So a couple years ago we had the family track, which was the
Man.
Marshall and Skinny and who else? I can't
Family,
remember.
that's what a Dominican do that too, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
A Dominican producer, Dada did that song. We had Dada on top the thing last
Dada,
season,
yeah.
I think it was, right, Hadley?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Dada. So, you know, if you say you want to link with a Dominican producer, you know, I'm sure Hadley and, you know, his music connections could hook that up for sure. According to the partner from Dominica Hadley.
For sure.
Oh, sure. So, Hadley, you get the track?
For sure. Yeah, I gonna play it for you. Trust me, you hear that thing already.
You get the track?
Yeah.
Somebody think I call.
Yeah, I gonna play it for you. Trust me, you hear that thing already. Yeah.
Somebody think I call.
Yeah, I
Somebody I call. Check.
Check.
Man,
I hear nothing.
It was hardly, yeah.
You turn off your thing, man.
Who?
Your audio.
Hadley?
Oh.
Me?
No. Yeah, Hadley.
Oh yeah, Hadley was echoing, yeah.
You trying to figure out where you're echoing from.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, this. This is Dominican? Yo, this song is played every party.
Boy.
Yo, this playing every party.
Exactly.
I
Everywhere.
hear that. Yo, I show a couple of them people who from Vinci who are listening this. Know that rhythm there.
Yeah.
Wow.
That
That's
thing-
a Dominican produce that.
Yeah, that thing playing everywhere, my boy.
Boy, that song.
And the funny thing, let me read that, right? Let me read whoever upload that to YouTube. Right? I'm gonna read in the thing for you. In the description. dancehall, zouk, soca, raga, reggaeton. Boo, you're not nowhere close
They didn't label it
in the
as bouillon.
description there. And that song is none of those. None of those.
It's a bouillon,
Because-
and they
Well,
put the bouillon.
Well, the person put it because the person figure maybe is that don't make people hear it.
No, it's not. No, but you see
No,
again,
the person who uploaded don't know what it is. They
Right.
just hear it
the
somewhere.
person don't know what it is. And the thing is
Yeah.
now, if you put something out there without labeling it this, without giving it an identity, then people will be forced
To label it themselves.
to label it whatever it is that they feel will market it.
How much
Yep.
views that have? That person uploaded.
That have 505,000.
Wow.
Bro,
Right.
now
That's
here's
some
the
serious,
funny thing,
that's
right?
some serious coin there, boy.
If that person who upload that monetize that,
Boy.
that man who produced that probably don't even know what's going on. With
But
that.
listen. So couple years, 2019, me and a group of fellas, we released a rhythm
Wow.
because we were like, yo, that happening all over. The Jamaicans doing rhythms, the Trinis doing rhythms. We have all those rhythms coming out of St. Lucia with Moto. Why we cannot have a rhythm in Dominica? So we went and we went and we decided, you know what, we're going to do a booyah rhythm. And we came up with a rhythm, and we decided we're going to reach out to multiple artists in Dominica because we feel like we need to get Dominicans on a rhythm. And we did it. But none of you heard that before.
Where's all the bouillon massive and crew? Where's my bouillon army? Once you feel the beat, you don't know we feel it already. Once you hear the sound.
So that voice right there is Cardin XP.
Okay.
And we shop that rhythm out to some of the biggest names in Dominican music. Active artists like Asa, Triple K, and multiple artists. And listen, we were so confident, we were bracing ourselves to have at least 10 fellas on that rhythm.
Wow.
No joke. And and I can say it now, when certain people find out who behind the rhythm, and certain people just deliberately just decide they don't want to be a part of the project anymore.
And that is the problem. You see right there?
They don't want to be a part of the project anymore, And then when the rhythm came out, now we have two people on the rhythm who heard the rhythm in studio when another artist was singing, and we want to be a part of the project. Exactly what you mentioned. Sometimes somebody you didn't even talk to. And for me, I just feel like exactly what you said. Why we can't work together and put out material like that?
Yep.
Yeah. Right there, that's a killer right there. See, like I say, when people find out, who behind the rhythm? Me. And then, so you ain't listening to the rhythm for the sweetness of it.
For the rhythm, yeah.
You listening to hear, who they behind this? Oh, yeah? Nah, me ain't like hearing them. Like, that don't make no sense to me. If you love music.
And then the same artists now, when the rhythm drop that year for Carnival, reaching back out to me if we're doing a part 2.
That's so funny.
Are you looking for trouble there, my brother? Are there trouble with some fella in a freaking
No, that's fine, man. It's okay.
Are there trouble with some fella,
Dwayne is a good PR person. Dwayne making sure stop in the chat before you say too much.
The views shared on this program is not necessarily those of Talk the Ting. And it's affiliates.
I know exactly that kind of vibe you're coming with when it comes to like not having the support and so on, because you'll be surprised. Like people are say, okay, how come soca music? All right, soca music big, but it could be bigger. And sometimes people ask me, I just tell them, yo, soca music ain't that big, Like look at the biggest force in soca, right? I'm saying depending on whoever you want, classify as the biggest. And compare it to whatever other genre in the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that has been one of the reasons, like, for me, from since I started experiencing like a lot of behind the scenes thing in soca, there's a lot of fight down. There's a lot of thing, like a lot of people will come and say, yeah, unity, this, that, and then behind the scenes, a whole set of ring roll, mama guy thing going on, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, you don't even know, like, so there's a lot of fight down, and that's why this genre sometimes, as it stands, like, sometimes it seems a little stagnant. But, you know, yeah, that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day, as I say. But
That sounds like a part 2 to me.
Yeah,
Yo,
I think we need to do a part 2.
Before we go, because we've been going for over an hour, we don't wanna keep the people too long. It's already 10 o'clock in St. Vincent and Dominica.
And
so
people had a party for good.
People have to party and people have to get up early tomorrow morning to cook. Hey, anybody inviting me over Thanksgiving dinner? Come
by me now.
Come by you, boy. Well, I hike my brother. But yeah, so
don't say I never invite you to Thanksgiving, eh?
No, you can't invite me to Thanksgiving.
I witness that myself. I witness the invite them.
If I start driving now, it's still reaching on time now. Yo.
Yeah.
But Fryktion, I know that you have, you know, you're not just a one man, you're not just a one dimension individual, right? You have your apparel. Tell us a little bit about that and how that came about.
SocaMan Apparel. I'm wearing a piece here right now. She's called Calypso. So yeah, SocaMan Apparel was officially birthed in 2017. It came about because in 2012 I did a song called SocaMan. Problem child write it again, and it was on a hold on, give me a little second. Let me just pull it up. But yeah, I did a song in 2012 called SocaMan, right? And one of the things I did, like, to promote this song, I created a t-shirt, the logo and the t-shirt, etc. Just so, you know, a little promotion for the song and thing. And I always find, like, when I wear the shirt, I'll post a picture of me in the shirt and people ask me, oh, I could get one of them shirts. You know, I want one of them shirts and so on and so on. So I'll buy no rhythm. Yes, thank you very much. I'll buy no rhythm. That was the name of the rhythm. I have lyrical on it too. But yeah, so people always ask me, like, yo, where I could get one of them shirts, man, and so on. And I'm like, I'm there thinking to myself, so much people are, every time I post this picture, people are asking me, and I'm like, maybe I need to turn this into something. Because I already created the logo. The logo is just for the song, you know, really and truly, you know. And that was really the start of it. I started putting the idea, started doing research and so on. And like I said, that was since 2012. And 2017, I officially started the company. SocaManApparel.com is the clothing line. Also on IG, SocaMan Apparel. You know, let me see if I can type it in the chat.
All right, production thing. Drop the link in the chats for the people then. SocaManApparel.com.
SocaManApparel.com. We'll pin that on the chat. We'll pin that on the chat.
There we go.
So how's that journey been? Let's compare that journey to in terms of your creative nature, right? You create designing apparel, and you're also making music. What are the similarities between those two, you would say?
It's I think it's different because the creatively I love it because it's something new and I like challenging myself on new things. So, like, to learn how to print these shirts and put together, and, you know, like I say again, it's like music. You're putting something together and seeing the final of it. And then you tease it, and then people like, yeah, this, you know, you post it online or whatever. And people, it's different with music now because, like I say, I could go downstairs right now and just say, you know what, let me put somebody's name on a shirt and come on and put it on my Instagram, and then people hit me up like, yo, when them shirt they're gonna release, or when you know what I'm saying? As opposed to music now, you got so much different process you have to go to. I get some mixed, mastered. I get a proper song on the rhythm, then you have to register the song and put it out. Same thing though, you could register your designs You should register your designs before you put them out as well. Same thing, but it's a quicker. You could quicker put it out. I could just, like I said, tonight, I could just go and print a shirt, an idea, put it on a shirt and just post it on IG and say coming soon. Even say it's out now.
And somebody buying it.
Somebody what?
And somebody going to buy it.
Yeah, somebody gonna buy it. Yeah, I see. So I need a hoodie.
So you've called. We're about to end, but you've called the problem child's name a lot.
Yeah, that's me. That's my boy. I'm a writer there. I'm a writer / artist.
Right, but before you go, can you let us know of some of the other artists that you've worked with?
All right. St. Vincent wise, I work with Skinny Fabulous. I work with there's a song I did over for a guy named Gillo with Skinny. When I pass it off or not,
Yeah.
Skinny.
Wow.
So that.
Hold on. Yeah, the phone battery there. Talk out me and phones. Hold on. But hold on, let me just connect this back.
Yeah, and you well, man.
All right, so yeah, there's that. I did that song with I did work with Skinny, James P. Anthony and Sugar Pan. I work with Beckett and St. Vincent, Poser. I try to remember. If I forget anybody, I'll hold it against me. But I've worked with Bungie Garland. I've worked with Marshall. I've worked with Patrice, of course. Jadel, Beanie Man. And the same rhythm that I released with Vince Beanie Man on that too. The Love Bug.
Okay.
Honestly, yeah, I'm trying to remember everybody, but I'm drawing blank right now.
But you have a new song. You have a new song that just came out, right?
Dexter Daps, right? There's a song with Dexter Daps and Patrice. Ammunition.
Yes, sadly. You have that one queued up?
We can drop that one before.
Is it that one before we leave? Guys, this is a new track from Fryktion, produced by Fryktion, Dexter Daps and Patrice.
Shout out to Sean Marshall.
Fryktion. That's right. Patrice again. You do it to me, do it to me, baby. That's right. Please give it to me. Your love, so sweet, you blow my mind. Like you really want me fall in love. Boy, like you really want me fall in love. A touch so deep should be a crime. Like you really want me fall in love. Boy, like you really want me fall in love. You're dangerous like ammunition. You're dangerous like ammunition. Whoa. You put me in a position. We don't know what passion do.
Hey, Bungie. I've been trying to get flagged.
Yo.
Yes, check out Ammunition. Produced by Fryktion, featuring Dexter Daps and Patrice Roberts.
Add a Dominican to my catalog. I wanna do a song, like I said, I wanna somebody Dominican. That's the only island I think. I've done Grenadian. Mr. Legend Grenada, right? Yeah.
So
Lucian,
you
I've
guys
worked with Lucian.
So the artist in Dominica, and if you want to sleep on all you there, I will call Fryktion myself, you know. Don't play with me. Right. So all you hear that the man want to work with a Dominican artist. Right? And all you hear some of the tracks the man produce. Right? So don't sleep on all you. Don't forget on all you.
But I like trouble, so but don't forget the man registered.
Well,
you are the registered
producer.
Adley, it don't take nothing to go and register tomorrow, you know.
Boy, I wish other people would say that.
let me give you a free plug. Fox Fuse. Y'all go to Fox Fuse. If you're trying to register as an artist or producer, go to foxfuse.com. It don't cost you nothing for register. And they will distribute register. Like I said, they distribute for your register fee. So like that guy who have 500 and something thousand, if the producer for that now registers with Fox Fuse or whoever. But I recommend Fox Fuse because that's what I've been with since I started, and they're pretty good. If they go now, and they could probably, I think they could probably get back things for them views there now. But don't quote me on that. But yeah.
I have one of the songs on the rhythm we produced there. One DJ uploaded to his YouTube channel, and just one song, just one of those songs had 32,500 and something hits, and his channel monetized, and we're seeing every time that song play and how much money that coming in.
But you getting back. Oh, okay, so you getting back. All right. Yeah. There you go. So you see, and don't talk about when it play like. And another thing too, when you deal with Fox News, they put your music on all them digital distribution, all them digital platform.
Yeah.
Tidal, Spotify, you name it, iTunes, whatever, YouTube, they get it on all them platforms. So Fox News is really good. That's why and that's why I've been with since I started. So.
And mark you, every song that I played there tonight was from Apple Music, and nothing was on YouTube.
There you go.
The only one that was on YouTube was that Booyah one. So I guess we see what the problem is.
Yeah.
But
YouTube is good too, but like I said, once you're registered, it could be on YouTube.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it just can't be any and anybody upload and monetize the thing. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, do a part 2 though.
So
yeah, man, I enjoy the conversation, man.
I enjoy
sure.
But
Yo,
thanks
before
for sure.
It has so much music we ain't touch on, yo. Y'all know this song, eh? Tell me if
you know what I want to do.
Hold on, let me hear this song out there. Hold on.
Tell me if you know this song. It has so much song we ain't touch on too, though. Like,
yeah.
Okay.
You do that song too?
Yeah.
Oh my God, this guy.
But like I said, part 2. You touch on the rest part.
Yeah, man. You know what I want to do. I want next part, the other part. I don't know if doing like would be interested in that, but the steps of like create something live.
Create something live.
Yeah. While like we do like a talk thing, live studio session, like.
Right. Yes, man. Boy, hey. You stop putting ideas in my head there.
That bad.
And one time we doing that and doing singing something and sending for dropping it in. We go figure something out.
Mr. Noisy, you know,
yo, Mr. Fryktion. Mr. is a deadly singer, you know. There's a video, I can get it for you. There's a video of me on Facebook singing. What's the song doing?
Facebook, I can't remember, my brother. Leave me alone.
I know you're gonna say can't remember.
Yo, listen. I started playing music in church, and then I ended up playing music, secular music. And I used to beg Mr. to come to the studio. Beg Mr. Because I check in. I know if Mr. reached there, Mr. gonna impress some people. But as he said, he's afraid of himself. But he's still
I don't really care, man. You know what I'm saying? But back then, boy, I used to go places and do a little singing and thing, and people would be like, boy, you song good. When people tell me that, I used to instantly get nervous, man. I don't know why. I just feel weird when people watching me when I sing it, man. I'm like, what the hell, you know? But anyway, that's a topic for another day. We'll talk about that part 2. Anyway, everybody, we've been going for 122 minutes, but we were 2 minutes late. So
it don't feel like that. It don't feel like that.
Exactly. So we'll be back, guys. We'll be back. Fryktion will be back. Friend of the show, talk the thing. We're gonna come next episode. We come back with Fryktion. It's gonna be something different. We're gonna have some drinks next episode. Yeah. We're gonna do something different.
You never drink today, now.
Hopefully, Hadley can come up from North Carolina and we can go and link Fryktion. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? Our next episode with Fryktion going to be all of us live in the studio.
That'd be great. That'd be great. All right. So anybody, with that said, we really appreciate you guys tuning in. We will be putting all the information on when we'll be back. We'll have an episode in 2 weeks. It's not gonna be a Fryktion, all right? So if you guys don't see Fryktion, don't feel no way for now. We'll be back with Fryktion. All right. We're gonna have an episode in 2 weeks. With that said, everybody in the US, happy Thanksgiving to you guys. Happy Thanksgiving to you, Fryktion. We really appreciate you coming on the show, man. We definitely appreciate it.
I appreciate you for having me.
The store's not
Yeah,
opening
for sure.
tomorrow, so go and get a little TV and
Store not opening tomorrow. Where that?
oh boy.
Nah, in New York, stores opening.
Boy, you
tomorrow,
crazy or
man.
what?
You
Stores opening
crazy?
in New York?
Tomorrow, boy. Yes, boy.
Target said they're not opening. They will never open on Thanksgiving.
Some stores gonna be open still. Like
Boy, Walmart and
supermarkets
them
gonna
place
be open one
open
day.
5 o'clock, 4 o'clock, and people
Yeah.
place open, boy. Yes.
In the morning.
Yeah.
I don't
No,
know.
in the afternoon.
I know Target said that they're not opening anymore.
Yeah, but stores
Target?
opening, man. But
Our
anyway,
stores gonna be open. Yeah.
yeah, man. Anyway, my
Yeah,
people,
guys, man. I
yeah, we
appreciate
appreciate
this, for
you
real.
coming to check us out. All the
Anytime,
Vincy
man.
Massive watching the Talk the Thing. Check out the rest of our episodes on YouTube. We have all our episodes on there. We don't just talk about music. We have a Talk the Thing sports. We have Talk the Thing where we talked about mental health. We talked about money. We talked about immigration. We touch on all kind of different topics. All kind of different topics. Right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we want you guys to check us out, and we'll be back in 2 weeks. Follow our
Talk the
Instagram.
thing.
Talk the thing.
You search Talk the Thing. You'll see us on Instagram. Follow our Facebook.
You real one.
The only thing hey, all right, everybody, have a good night. All right, Fryktion.
Yes.
Bless up.
Big up yourself, man. Thank you
Stay on the call, Fryktion.